First day of school, ESE self-contained developmental classroom with 8 students, possibly more coming up, but we'll figure that out. But I got 3 things that was interesting today. So first thing, student walks in, pink eye, comes in, he's itching his eyes. Next thing I know, there's gunk coming out of the eye, and I gotta take him up to the clinic even before breakfast. It's like the first day, and I'm like, this ain't starting. So like I had to sanitize everything. So that was number 1. Number 2, so I have a new student to the school, new student in my classroom. He wasn't there in the first greeting area. So I get my kids down to breakfast. Next thing I know, the other developmental class is walking down, and I'm like, hey, that's my student. And I said his name, and they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's him. And they're like, what? Well, he's been responding to a different name this whole morning, because it was a student that they haven't met yet, and they just assumed that it was that other student. I'm like, no, this is his name, and he's in my classroom. So that got me cracking up in the morning. So I had to move over to my classroom and moved on from there. So that was funny for me. Next thing was, so I call my wife in the middle of lunch, or end of my lunch, close to the end of my break, and I tell her, hey, I'm having a pretty good day. I've had really no issues, and then I'm just hoping the rest of this day goes well. And I'm telling you, a second after I said that, I hear a scream in the hallway, and then next thing you know, it's at the door. And I had a student had a tantrum coming off of the playground because problems with his shoes. And it was the literal second after I said that to my wife, and I had to hang up quickly. And I'm just like, this just had to happen. But luckily it was a very the student was able to calm down very quickly, which was great, and really no other issues outside of that. So as a first day, I cannot complain about the first day of school for this upcoming school year. I am so proud of my students. My main goal today was, obviously, I'm not going to be pushing curriculum and pushing really heavy duty work, but I wanted to see what is my class able to handle. So even just a transition from, if it was from circle time to having their kind of break, free time, pick a preferred activity, but then see how they transition from their preferred activities to a non-preferred activity, just how that was going to look like. And I did that a couple times throughout the day, and every time, and I said, all right, time to clean up. I had no issues with just that transition. And what that tells me, and if you're a developmental teacher or have worked in special education, is it lets you know what your students are capable of when it comes to times of teaching and handling, accepting no and accepting other options and different things like that. So for me, I based off the data from today and what I took in, that it's going to be a good year. One theory that I have, coming back from any break, whether spring break, Thanksgiving break, winter break, summer break, it's not the first day that gets you. It's the first day actually seems to be pretty chill, pretty calm. Students are getting to know the routine and structure, and we work through it. It ends up being okay. But my theory is, it's always that second day. If the first day is the Monday, the Tuesday is the hurricane. The Tuesday, kids get a little bit more comfortable, start showing more behaviors. And I don't know if that's the same for every classroom. It could be gen ed, but if any special education classroom, do you guys notice if it is the second day that's usually the harder day? So I know I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for just the peaceful day. Everybody went home the right way. But I'm kind of embracing myself for tomorrow, because just based off what I've seen in my years of teaching is that second day is always the harder day. Let me know if that's true.